What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Yesterday, I posted a video about the new exotic rocket launcher, the Dragon's Breath, and its capability to dish out extraordinary levels of damage. Well, today we are back at it and following that video up with the best Dragon's Breath DPS rotations on each class, so that you can maximize this rocket launcher's true potential. On its own, the Dragon's Breath is capable of exceeding 1.2 million points of damage within a 30-second damage phase. This is, of course, with the use of 3 solar weapon surge mods and a Well of Radiance. The only other rocket launchers that can reach this range is the Galahorn, the Two-Tailed Fox, Apex Predator, and Cold Comfort. But the Dragon's Breath has something none of these other rocket launchers have, and that's the ability to apply continuous Scorch and Ignitions against enemies. And because of how this synergizes with Solar 3.0 subclasses, there's some things that we can do to increase these damage numbers exponentially. We're talking about damage numbers that will exceed 2 million points of damage against our dear friend Pyrogale within just 30 seconds. To start with, the new seasonal artifact offers several mods that are going to enhance Solar Super, Solar Weapon, and Solar Ability damage. By using Heart of the Flame, whenever casting your super near allies, you'll gain a bonus in damage based on how many allies are nearby. And with Kindling Trigger, when Radiant, Solar Weapons will apply Scorch to non-scorched enemies. Argent Ordnance will consume an armor charge when readying and firing a rocket launcher, providing a 10% bonus in damage each time, giving any rocket launcher an advantage during Season of the Wish. When in solo activities, the use of Solo Operative will provide a 15% increase in all damage sources. We're testing the Dragon's Breath out with all 3 solar classes, along with the exotic armor piece that synergizes with the Dragon's Breath the best. On our Titan, we're using the Pyrogale Gauntlets. On our Hunter, we're using the Foetracers with Gunpowder Gamble. And on our Warlock, we're using Dawn Chorus with Touch of Flame. All 3 of these builds are using Ember of Char and Ember of Ashes so that we can increase the effects of Scorch and Ignition damage. Dragon's Breath deals the most damage when its composite propellant is fully charged, and this charges faster when enemies become scorched. So to maximize our damage potential, we're going to alternate between shots of the Dragon's Breath with shots of the Eremite fusion rifle, which comes with Controlled Burst, and Envious Assassin. After each shot of the Dragon's Breath, we'll also rotate through our abilities. This way, any Scorch and Ignitions that are created from our grenades, our melees, and our super abilities will help refuel Dragon's Breath faster. Without any debuffs being applied to the boss, this DPS rotation puts out some extraordinary numbers. Hunters with Foetracers will deal right around 2 million points of damage within a 30-second damage phase. Warlocks with Dawn Chorus will deal just over 2.1 million in damage. and Titans with Pyrogale Gauntlets take the lead with almost 2.3 million in damage. And it's important to note that these damage numbers are without the use of Argent Ordnance, because I just haven't been able to get it unlocked yet. So if it had been included, we would have seen an increase with each class of around 150,000 points. To limit variables, we did not include any debuffs, so if you were to add a tether or tractor cannon into the equation, you'd see a significant increase across the board. These are some extraordinary damage numbers, and what's even more amazing is that this is all thanks to a free exotic weapon. So if there was any doubt on whether you should use the Dragon's Breath or not, it's clear that you should. Each encounter and each boss is different. Some are more susceptible to precision damage, but when you're facing big, tanky bosses, like you'll be encountering in Warlord's Ruin, a DPS rotation of Dragon's Breath will bring you the most success. And with that being said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Dragon's Breath, if you've given it a try yet or not, and if you have, what your impressions were. I wish you all the best of luck in the new dungeon and throughout the rest of this season. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.